Wow, breaking news. Boxing advisor of Tyson Fury and other fighters, assets have now been frozen in the UAE after the U.S. sanctioned Daniel KINAHAN. That's what I'm going to talk about in this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, come in, hit the like button. I got to say this. Boxing, and this is maybe one of the reasons you should subscribe to my channel, but this is a big story. This is literally like a movie in real time. It's like a Martin Scorsese movie happening before you. And it's pretty disappointing that boxing media, it looks like boxing media just kind of wants to go with the low-hanging fruit. And I feel like I'm one of the only people of my stature, with the subscriber count and stuff, and that's even talking about this. Don't know why that's the case, but this is one reason why you guys should subscribe. I don't duck or dodge any subject matter or talk in the world of boxing. And some people have stated that, oh, this has nothing to do with boxing, why talk about it? But that's cap. That's not true. How does it have nothing to do with boxing and he's involved with boxers? That doesn't even make sense. He's involved with boxers, but it doesn't have nothing to do with boxing. For years, we had MTK, which is now disbanded and been disavowed. And MTK, they said they're ceasing operations based on the dark and seedy past of Daniel KINAHAN and the sanctions put on by the US. So Tyson Fury's fighting tomorrow. I haven't really heard much buzz about it. It's going to be on pay-per-view on ESPN. And this is interesting. Like, it might be worth it to put some money on on Dillian Whyte, because boxing's weird like that. And this definitely affects Tyson Fury because this is his advisor. And after these, the timing just is crazy. It's like the day before he's fighting a dangerous puncher, at least, even though Tyson Fury is the favorite. All this stuff is happening. So let me get into the video. KINAHAN crime gang, right? BBC News, link in the description. United Arab Emirates freezes the assets after U.S. sanction. So the U.S. Treasury got involved in the DEA, and they put out this. They're looking for the KINAHANs. The father, they're looking for Daniel. Like, you guys see it. It's a wanted poster. No different than America's Most Wanted. And weeks after that, people were saying, oh, it has nothing to do with boxing. But weeks after that, a boxing company, or a company that's been like proudly represented, we'll say, in boxing, MTK Global, they shut down the operation. This absolutely has something to do with boxing. There's boxing channels that have MTK Global in their videos, you know what I'm saying? Sponsored by or whatever. So today's story, the UAE has frozen the assets of the KINAHAN crime gang. The Irish organized crime gang believe frequent use of Dubai as part of its operations. Keep in mind, Dubai has no extradition. So sometimes you have people who are fugitives of the law or wanted in certain places, and they go to hide out or go live in places with no extradition. But now, after the U.S. sanction, Daniel KINAHAN, 44, he's been named by the Irish courts as one of the most prominent gang members, and they're looking for him. After these U.S. sanctions, the authorities in the UAE say their move is in line with the national framework and international commitments for tackling crime. So basically, they're saying they're freezing his assets. This becomes problematic if you ever watched a crime drama movie. If somebody is lamping in another place and then those authorities are now kind of getting involved and freezing his assets, it becomes harder to touch money that's like ill-gotten money that you might have in a bank account. If you didn't know this was going to happen and you didn't pull it out, or you don't have free cash flow, like money under the mattress and stuff like that, they can take and seize and freeze all your money so you have no access to it. And this is a day before Tyson Fury's fight. Now, Tyson Fury, you see the article, Tyson Fury refuses to address the Daniel KINAHAN sanction story. This is crazy because Deontay Wilder, when he wore headphones, boxing media talked more about that than the relationship between Tyson Fury and a reported gangster or mobster. That's crazy. People were that offended that a black fighter, Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, didn't speak at a press conference, but a lot of these boxing media people are completely muted when it comes to this, this is way crazier than Wilder not actually. Oh, that's crazy. This is crazier than Wilder not doing an interview because he said Fury's a cheater or whatever. But that became news. You go to boxing Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, everyone was talking about, oh, Wilder is disrespectful. He didn't give an interview to Christina Poncher. What a jerk. You know, and this is what people are talking about. But those same people with old media refuse to talk about this KINAHAN news, which is literally a movie happening right before your eyes. It says the net is now clearly tightening on the KINAHAN organized crime group. In a statement, a spokesperson for Garda, which is the Irish police, says, quote, it continues to work with our partners at an international level to ensure we achieve the objective of dismantling the KINAHAN organized syndicate, basically. The announcement at City Hall generated additional avenues to pursue and give us confidence. There is a bounty on this man's head of $5 million a piece. So if somebody snitched on them or like outed them and they get convicted and disrupted this, you know, crime gang, that's $15 million. This is insane. But again, I'm like one of the only people who would even talk about this. They also say that Terrence Crawford was working with him. There's many published articles you guys can find. So just read. It says MTK cease operations. People are trying to like cover this story up as if it doesn't exist. I don't believe in that. I don't believe that the boxing world, I know boxing is grimy and a lot of dirt and corruption, but why are people acting like this is like it's the boogeyman? You just close your eyes and hide under a blanket. This don't exist. Tyson Fury, he's like, oh, I'm not answering any questions. Why? You, for years, you said, Daniel, my boy, get on my boy, you know, and you did all this and that. And then now when the pressure rises, you're like, that's none of my business. It's not my job. I don't know, you know, and it's crazy how these things work. Now, all of a sudden, everybody that was banging and repping the gang, you know, MTK and KINAHAN's a nice guy. All of a sudden, when the U.S. sanctioned it, it just goes to show you U.S. is a powerful region, because now since these sanctions have occurred, now nobody seems to know who he is, and he had no relationship to what we're doing, you know, and we didn't enjoy the partnership, and or they've gone quiet and people aren't saying anything. So this is big time news. Stay tuned, subscribe to the channel. You know, this is insanity happening. Undercover officer describes secretly filming Christopher KINAHAN. Look, they got undercover ops and people. I mean, again, this is a movie. This I wouldn't be surprised if they make a movie about this. But when Deontay Wilder was saying Fury is involved with the wrong stuff, no one cared, and it looks like Wilder's on the verge of vindication, because this is a lot of nefarious stuff going on. You know, you got wanted posters and stuff. So stay tuned. You know, I'm just surprised more people are fraying and staying away from it. It makes me wonder if they were paid off from this situation or what, because people all of a sudden gone silent. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.